This often happens when I talk about the speed of light and relativity. Someone says, what would it be like if I were this character who has the ability to move the speed of light? Now, luckily for us, for Kizaru from One Piece, there's a workaround. Kizaru is never shown exceeding the speed of light, nor has he ever shown moving outside of a vacuum. And you can move the speed of light in a medium, which is slower than the speed of light in a vacuum. So if we use that workaround and say, okay, he's moving the speed of light in a medium, which is just really close to the speed of light, what happens? Well, the world would get fucked up. First thing that happens is you're going to experience the Doppler effect, which is what happens when you are essentially compressing the waves of light that are coming toward you or heading away from you. So everything that is coming toward you is going to be blue shifted, and everything that's heading away from you is going to be red shifted. In addition, you will more quickly experience things heading opposite to the direction that you're heading, and you will experience things slower heading in the same direction that you're heading. I.e., stuff ahead of you happens faster, stuff behind you happens slower. And while you might be like, duh, yeah, of course that happens, at the speeds you would be moving, it would look like the world is curving in on itself in front of you. Things to your sides and behind you would appear to slow down and stop, and then eventually disappear as they shift into the infrared. Your field of vision would start shrinking into a small circle in front of you, of the whole of your perception curled up into like one little sphere, until it's eventually all shifted into the ultraviolet, and you stop seeing that too. And now you're totally blind, totally deaf, and moving at relativistic speeds, which means, well, shit's gonna suck. At this point, you are literally moving faster than your thoughts. Chemical impulses that make up the thoughts in your brain can't move as fast as you, so you literally, stop thinking. You just, blank out until whenever you show up wherever you were trying to go. And if you were made out of mass, well, you colliding with the particles in the air would essentially cause nuclear fusion and nuclear explosion, so that's not great. But Kizaru actually turns into light, so he's got to work around for that. Now, anime never gets this right, because honestly, if you were to get this right, it would kind of nerf characters with super speed, and that's not fun. But there is an anime that does get it nearly totally right. Someone had to be a physics nerd in their writing room. And that is Mushoku Tensei. This is going to happen fast, but here you see the Doppler effect, you see the vision shrink to nothing, go black, and then afterward you see the light, the sound, and the pressure wave catch up. Gotta love when physics nerds make anime. Some anime get close, like in Fire Force, Shinra travels at light speed and travels through time, and you see some Doppler-esque effects. You get a rainbow effect, but you don't really get the length contraction working the same way that it should, but they tried. I mean, when it comes to anime and comics and stuff like that, it's rule of cool over scientific accuracy. For good reason. But I do think it's cool when you put just a little bit of a nugget of science into the way your powers work. And so I applaud the animes that do.